Hey everybody, welcome to the first call of 2020. I am so excited that you guys are all joining us tonight. I'm Rochelle Osborne, Eilers-Heffner, Emerald Ambassador. And am I still here? It says my connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
You froze for a minute, but you're back.
Okay. Let me know if I go away, or if I go away, just you start talking. But anyways, I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about, we are excited to talk to you guys tonight about consistency and commitment, going along with our Renew You challenge that has just been kicked off now this month. It's a new year, it's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new year, it's a new decade. What in the world? And so this is super, super exciting. And so we want to talk to you guys about how you can reach your health goals, or if you have people on your team that are not on this call, how you can help them to reach their health goals. And we're going to talk about a lot of really, really good stuff tonight. Talk about accountability and all kinds of good things. Okay, so the first thing that we want to say is that Plexus is not a quick fix. This is not a overnight fix that's going to happen, in one night, in 2 days, in 2 weeks. These products focus on authentic healing of root issues, and it gets to the heart of gut health, blood sugar balancing, reducing inflammation, detoxifying the body. And so those kinds of things take time. It is not just, hey, I'm going to take these products and expect to have results. I know that in this day and age, it's a microwave society. We feel like we need to have all this instant gratification with, Netflix and whatever else. But I just want to remind you guys that your body is not Amazon Prime. So you're not going to have results showing up in 2 days. Okay. So you definitely want to give your body some time to work with these products. Okay. So part of that is you want to make sure that you are drinking all of your water. You want to make sure that you're taking your products. Be patient. Be a product of the product. Be patient. Be consistent. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey. Everybody's journey is different. What some people might see quicker results. Some people might see slower results. It's going to depend upon your own individual body and what has been happening inside of your own individual body for the last whatever years, however old we are. You think about what we are eating and drinking over the last, few decades or whatnot, every day of every week, of every month, of every year. I mean, if we're taking antibiotics, all of these things, there's so many different chemicals and toxins everywhere in our lotions and our shampoos, and the soil is depleted, and there's just so many things that can come into play. And so you just have to give your body some time and let the products work. Okay. We are different from other companies out here, and we do focus on that healing. And I absolutely love that. So Elizabeth, take it away.
Yeah. So it's kind of like when you start a new gym program and, you're like, okay, well, I went 4 days the first week, and I went 3 days the following week, and I went 2 days the third week. And then the fourth week, you're like, you know what? I want to watch my Netflix, and I just want to go out to dinner, and I want to drink the wine. And then you're like, well, that gym program didn't work. Well, is it really the gym program, or is it really our participation? So definitely keep that in mind. But also, like that being said, it takes time to make changes in our body, especially when we're building muscle. So I'm a physical therapist. I work in a hospital, and there are changes that really, really occur over time. So if someone has a back surgery, say they are having a pinched nerve in their back and they have to do surgery to repair it, did you know that that person can get healing from that for 1 to 3 years after surgery? Okay, that is not a quick fix. This is taking time because we have to decrease the pressure on the nerve. We have to allow blood flow to reoccur. We have to allow the nerve to heal. Our nerves regenerate at a rate of 1 to 3 millimeters a day. So if you are 6 feet tall and you have numbness all the way down to your toe, that's a lot of length to cover. So there's so much healing that can take place over time. This is stuff that the doctors talk to their patients about and all of that. And then you have just someone who is just weak. Like I have some muscular imbalances and things. So I went to the gym this morning, and I'm not like, oh, look at me, I'm like got it all fixed out in one session, right? No, it's going to take some time. Any injury, you know this, I'm sure a lot of you have had a sprained ankle or a hurt knee, or you've broken something, right? So if, you know, my son, when he was in kindergarten, had a cast on his wrist, he broke his wrist, and it was atrophied, you know, and it took some time for it to heal. Now he's a kid, so he got using his arm again. We didn't really have to do any like specific exercise. I gave him Legos to play with. It's his dominant arm, so it did get better, but I certainly kept an eye on it, right? PT mom. But it took time. It took time for those muscles to regenerate and get stronger. And so just because the cast came off, it wasn't like the next week he was back to normal. I really did watch him for about 3 months to make sure that he really was getting all of his strength back. So just keep that in mind. And these are muscles, right? These are muscles that take time to get stronger and to heal and change. So think about someone who's had gut issues for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I myself was on antibiotics as a 2-week-old infant in the hospital with pneumonia. And then I was sick my entire life, right? So when you look at my health history, which we're not going to talk about now, it's no surprise that it took some time for my gut to heal. I had started working with a natural doctor. I started on these products, and I thought, oh, for sure, I would just feel really good on the products. And I went through another huge detox, and I was like, whoa, like I was shocked, right? Because we were getting to the root of a lot of these issues. So you really, really have to keep that in mind, that we're really addressing from the inside out, and it does take a lot of time. So just like a farmer, they start in the spring, they work their fields, they wait for the proper time of planting, they plant the seeds, they make sure they're getting proper water, you're praying for the proper amount of sun, right? Not too much to scorch everything, but enough to help things grow and germinate. They are not harvesting until the fall. That is months of planting seeds and taking care of them and seeing those seeds germinate and come to fruition. So this is really, really, really important to keep in mind, because like Rochelle said, we're just so used to everything just showing up at our doorstep in 2 days. Like I was ordering stuff for my bathroom today. I'm like, oh, it'll be here in 2 days. Great. You know, where if I didn't have Amazon, I'd have to when can I go shopping? When can I hit up JCPenney's or Sears or Target or wherever, you know, when can I hit the store up? How can I plan it? What are we going to do with the kids at the time? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're so blessed that we do have things that make our life easier, but we need to remember that these products take time. So I'm going to just share with you really, really quickly my routine and what works for me. So sometimes I do my Slim first thing in the morning. Sometimes I take it later in the afternoon. I always take Ease in the morning. I have some chronic joint issues, some autoimmune concerns, some other stuff that we've gotten to really, really, really calm down, but I definitely keep my inflammation at bay. So I take some Ease in the morning. I take my Vital Biome, extra probiotics, right? Because we want our gut to be this flourishing garden of good bacteria. And then I take one X Factor Plus, because I take the second one at bedtime. So then this morning, I went to the gym, and I took my Slim, and I took one MetaBurn. I am doing a intermittent fasting type routine, and so I really didn't want to do active in the morning, just because it does have that little bit of honey powder and things like that. And so I was trying not to do anything that would affect my blood sugar, so to speak. And so I'm like, well, I'll do a MetaBurn, and it was a really good choice. Like, it really got me moving. It got me woken up. I just worked 3 10-hour days all weekend. And then I got up this morning early to get to the gym, to get home, to get kids on the bus. So Ease, I take about 3 in the morning, and then I take 3 at bedtime. And then if for some reason I get off track and I'm having a little more inflammation, I'll increase that to like 4 and 4 or something like that. So what I have found for me, a maintenance, now I'm different. I got a lot of joint issues. So I take 3 and 3, and that's what works. But the active also helps with bringing down my inflammation too. So that's my morning. And then during the day, I'll take my BioCleanse. I'll take 2 mid-morning and 2 mid-afternoon. And this is my confession. If I forget to take it in the morning, or I just get really busy cleaning and all of that, I will just take 4 of them in the afternoon. So that is not something I would recommend that you do if you're just starting out. So make sure that you guys, you know, if you have someone starting this program, don't just say, oh, if you forgot, just take 4 in the afternoon. That I didn't start out doing that. So that's something that you can ease into. And I have helped people say, okay, you're only remembering to take it once a day. Okay, start with 1, then go up to 2, and slowly increase, and then see where we're at for their dose for taking it once a day. It's great to take it spread out, but we want this program to work for our people, right? And then at bedtime, I do my ProBio 5, my other X Factor. I take 4 ProBio 5. One of the things that led me to Plexus was some chronic yeast issues. I had to wean my child because of yeast in my milk ducts, and it was super painful. Like, I would rather birth all of my children 100 times than to go through that. I can't even describe it. It was horrible. So I take 4 ProBios. I take 1 more X Factor, and then I take Mega X and my 3 E's, but I'm out of Mega X, so I can't show you. I'm waiting for my shipment. And then the MetaBurn, like I said, I'll take 1 in the morning. Sometimes I'll take 1 in the afternoon again. It just depends. I do like a cup of coffee a day. And if I don't do decaf, I don't want to be caffed up all day long. And I really, really, really like the Active. I love it. I love it mixed with my Slim. So that's why I don't always do my Slim in the morning, is because I want to be able to mix the two, mid-afternoon. So it just depends what I'm feeling for the day, because I will drink Active on its own as well. And then, you know, sometimes I'll do a second MetaBurn. Mm-hmm. Does MetaBurn ever keep me awake if I take it too late? Not usually, but I am careful about that. But I don't typically go to bed super early, which I am working on. And then I wanted to share with you how I take the lean. Okay. So I do this a little bit differently. I do like 1 heaping scoop. I don't do the full 2 scoops. I do 1 super huge heaping scoop instead of the 2. I add my collagen complex. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. I do the 2 tiny scoops of the collagen. So that's increasing my protein a little bit. And then I will usually mix this with a cold brew coffee and a little bit of coconut or almond milk, or a mixture of those, or I'll mix it with hot coffee. And then no matter what I'm mixing it with, the cold or hot coffee, and I don't always put coffee in it. Sometimes I'll just do the coconut or almond milk. I'll do some MCT oil. And like I said, the collagen, maybe a sprinkle of nutmeg, depending on what flavor of lean I'm using, and then I'll shake it up. So I'll do like a cold brew lean shake, or I'll do it or have it hot. So that I kind of turn my lean into a pretty hefty meal doing it that way, and keeping my protein content a little bit higher. So yeah, that's what I do. And then on occasion, if I eat something super carby, or like an alcoholic beverage or something, I will do 1 block and 1 balance. Okay, I'll take 1 of each of those, or I'll just take two of 1 of them. But I have found it just, like, they both have really good benefits, so I take 1 of each. So whatever, that's just kind of what I have done for me. So Nicole, what I do typically with my hot coffee, if I'm going to add stuff to it, is I put a little bit of heavy cream in first to kind of cool it off, and mix that. I have like a little hand whisk beater thing, you know, and then I add everything else. And so I try not to like kill everything off, but I haven't noticed any difference of it being good or bad. Like, I haven't felt any differently. So that's kind of my routine, and you guys can still ask questions. And then Rochelle is going to tell us hers, which is super awesome because she has a pre-pregnancy routine and she has a pregnancy routine. So this is super valuable.
Yes. So, oh my goodness. Well, when I first started Plexus, that was after baby number 5. And so now we're pregnant with baby number 8. And so my routine has looked a little different over the years. And, you know, I just kind of have played around a little bit with things that I'm doing and what works for me and what doesn't and whatnot. And so when I first started Plexus, I would take my pink drink in the morning, and my husband would too. He would take it first thing in the morning. He was in the Army, and he would get up really early, and he's always been a morning person. And so what he found, that the more that he was taking it, he's like, I feel like I have like this afternoon slump around 4. And so I'm not going to take my Slim in the first thing in the morning. I'm going to take it in the afternoon. And that way I can get through the day and still come home to you guys and the kids and not be falling asleep and all that kind of stuff. So that's worked really well. Now I will say that, so I do that now. Like I personally will take my pink drink at night. So I mix it with half a stick of Active. And Elizabeth already showed you all the products, so I don't think I need to hold up all of mine. But I will do a half a pack of Active because I'm pregnant now, and I don't really drink coffee when I'm pregnant or not. And so I just didn't want to have all of that in one thing. So I personally right now will do a half packet of Active and my Microbiome Slim, which I love. My Microbiome Slim, it's my favorite, has the prebiotics in it. And I just love the way the two of those taste together. I'll put ice in it, and I will sit on the couch, and I will have no kids bugging me for, can I have a sip and all of this and that? No, like this is mine, and it's just so nice. Okay. So now I will say though too, I am not doing this for weight loss right now. So if somebody on this call, or if you're wanting to help your people, wants to be losing weight, then you're going to want to encourage them to do the Slim first thing in the morning, before they eat, before they drink coffee, all of that good stuff. Okay. So there's that. I do the same thing, like a lot of what Elizabeth said, I do the same of. I don't take the E's. My husband takes the E's. He does exactly what Elizabeth does. He'll do 3 and 3 or 4 and 4, depending on the day, whatever. But I will take my bio cleanse in the middle of the day, and then I too, if I forget, will take 4 at one time. But I usually don't forget. I'm pretty regimented about when to take my pills and stuff. And then my ProBio 5, I take my ProBio 5 and my Mega X at night. I take 4 Mega X and 4 ProBio 5s at night. And I didn't do that when I first started, but I have worked up to that. And omegas are so important. I remember when I was pregnant with our first child, who is 18, and my dad would tell me, you need to take fish oil. The omegas are really important for the baby's brain and all of these things. And so that was way before Plexus. Didn't know anything about Plexus back then, but I love these plant-based omegas. And they have all of them in them. So anyways, the lean, I do my lean a little bit different from Elizabeth. I don't drink coffee. I just am not a coffee person. I know that might be shocking for some of you guys. I know everybody seems to love it except me, but I love my lean. I like it like a Wendy's Frosty, except I know it's healthy for me. And so I will get my coconut milk, and I will dump my 2 scoops of lean. I love the chocolate. I like the vanilla too, because you can mix the vanilla with your Active or with your Slim and change up the flavors and add whatever kind of fruit you want if you want to do that. But I do love the chocolate one. And then I'll just add, so I'll do like 8 ounces of coconut milk, 2 scoops of lean, and then I'll just add a handful of ice, and I put it in my Nutri-Ninja, and I love it like that. It's like a really healthy milkshake, and all of the kids want to drink milkshakes all the time. And so I really love that it's a healthy alternative. I love that it's like something that you can grab on the go. I usually will drink it, especially every Sunday morning before church, because I'm like running around trying to get all these kids ready and whatnot. But yeah, but I will drink that. That depends on the day. Like if I am not in the mood to drink something cold in the morning, then I'll eat eggs or whatever, and then I'll do that in the afternoon or whatever. But let's see, is there anything else? I don't take the Metaburn right now while I'm pregnant, but when I was not pregnant, I was taking the Metaburn in the afternoon. I did not take it ever at night because it did keep me awake. But my Active, I take a half pack of Active at night. It doesn't keep me awake. It's just so good and delicious, and I love it. And I love that it's clean energy, natural energy, and I don't have to worry about any additives or any sweeteners or anything like that are unhealthy for us, that actually dehydrate us and are not good for us. So, okay, so we talked about the lean, Metaburn. Elizabeth, you were going to mention a few things about the Metaburn and what the Metaburn does, and then you were also going to talk about the lean,
yeah,
valuable properties that are in it, and make sure we're getting those orders placed.
So Metaburn is really actually an amazing product. And this is another thing that I really appreciate about Plexus, is that they aren't like, here, take Metaburn to rev up your metabolism and use it as a pre-workout. They're saying, here, this is a product that's going to address your adrenals. It's going to support your thyroid. It's going to address your mood. It's going to support your brain, and it's going to help you burn fats. And adaptogenic, the herbs in it are Yep, I said it right the first time. And they are designed to help us burn fat. It's like it really targets those areas. And so that's super awesome. But I also love that I can take it when I'm just kind of feeling like a little bit of a slump at work, when I have to sit and type for a long time. You know, I'll see a bunch of patients and I'll type, and just that sitting, I'm not used to just sitting. And so I'll like, start wanting to just not sit any longer. So I'll take it, and it wakes up my brain, and I can like power through everything a little quicker and more clearly, and it's not making me jittery or weird. So like, I really do, like, I sound like I'm just capped up all stinking day. I really am not. I'm really conscious about how much I'm taking in. That's why I'll do a decaf coffee and half an active. I typed that out. So I'll try to do half an active or decaf coffee. You know, I do watch that. And so I don't want to be all like caffed up all of the time. And the caffeine in the MetaBurn and the active is not incredibly high. There's 80 milligrams in a capsule of MetaBurn, and there's 100 milligrams of caffeine in one pack of active. So because it's combined with these other things, that's why we feel so good, is it's not the caffeine necessarily hyping us up. It's all of these other things combined with it. So active has turmeric, tart cherry, blueberry, kale, broccoli, and there's other stuff in it too that is going to help decrease our inflammation, right? And it's a superfood. All of those things are superfood. We hear about them all the time. They're very common to hear about. And so you're getting so many health benefits, especially because our soil is depleted and it's hard to get fresh produce. My kids won't even eat fruit right now because none of it tastes good. I can get them to eat a little bit of citrus right now, and apples and berries. They love raspberries. They're eating them all like crazy, and it's expensive. And so I love that we can get our nutrition, supplementation through these products. And then your collagen is a superfood as well. Asparagus, there's asparagus in here, you guys. That's incredible. So just keep that in mind, but it's so great to see MetaBurn come out to address that adrenal fatigue, address our thyroids, address our brain. Super, super important. And then with with lean, you may have people adjusting to this, or you yourself may be adjusting to using this product. So this is full of fiber. It's full of prebiotics. It is full of nutrition. It takes the place of like adding in a super greens to your smoothies, those powdered super greens. It takes the place of those because there's so much nutrition in here. And for some people, depending on where you're at in your health journey, or where your people are, or people or people you've recruited, depending on where they're at, they may have some adjustments to do with the lean. So especially if they're new and they're not used to having good nutrition in, and this is like, hey, I want to restart, and you have a hunger control slim in the lean, this is a lot of fiber that not everyone would be used to. And so it's okay to keep talking to your sponsor and reaching up like, hey, so-and-so's having trouble with this. What do we do? A couple of ideas would be to use the lean as a snack size, the 1 scoop. So they've already had breakfast, then they can do the snack size for lunch, and then maybe have like an apple and some nuts with it, or something that they're more used to eating, right? Not a McDonald's hamburger, but something healthy with it to ease it into their system. They may need to do like half a pack of the Hunger Control Slim in the morning and half a pack of Hunger Control Slim in the afternoon. And that is fine, right? Or maybe even the first few days, they can do half of the Slim for 2 days, or 4 days. So 2 packs, half each day, and then try the full, or try then splitting it up. There's lots and lots and lots of options. So it's better to get these products into our body than to leave them sitting on the counter. So there is no one way to take that. Like, I prefer my Slim in the morning. Rochelle likes hers at night, like everyone has a way that works best for them. The important thing is that we're getting it in so that our body can utilize it, right? I did see this question too. You're right, Jackie, without having a ton of gut healing, sometimes the MetaBurn can be a little bit much. So a couple of things. Samuel James, you may not touch anything on this table. Thank you, sir. Sometimes you have to take it with food. Sometimes you have to take it with a really full glass of water. Those kind of help. And once you get some more gut healing under your belt, it's much more tolerable. But I've even talked to some people that have been on the products for a long time and have that good gut established, you know, a lot of healing established, and they still need to take it with a full glass of water. So there's that. And the vegan leans too, like that is going to be an adjustment too, because there is a lot more fiber in those because it's vegan or the vegetarian. So just watch that, help people come up with a system that works. And if they're worried, like, well, I don't need 4 bags of lean if I can only eat 1 scoop every other day. Well, yes, you can, because eventually you'll be able to tolerate it and it'll be an appropriate meal for you. Well, also, this is an investment into your grocery bill. Like, it's okay. It's okay to have extra product, because then that 3rd month, well, then they're just going to need a triplex, right? Or maybe you're going to start them on that vital biome to deal with some anxiety issues or something like that. And making sure they're getting their X Factor Plus. That's so, so important. X Factor Plus. Like, we want gut healing. That's going to help. All that good nutrition in there. So we have lots and lots of choices, lots of opportunity and variety. And so don't forget about that. And just remind them, like, let's get you through the challenge. Like, this is still incredible. And then that 3rd month, let's come up with a system that's going to work for you too. And just know, like, it doesn't go bad. This one is good until 10 of 2021. So even if I sit this in my cupboard for a couple months, it's okay. So we don't want it sitting in the cupboard, but it is okay. It's not going to go bad immediately. It's not an apple, right? So, or a banana that's turning brown. So that's what I have to say about that.
For sure, definitely. So the main goal is, if you are on here watching and you're new and you are, you know, getting involved in the Renew You Challenge, make sure that you are doing this for 60 days. It is a 60-day challenge. If your people are not on with you, you are helping your people. Make sure you're talking to them about all those things that Elizabeth just shared. It is so, so important. Another thing that I forgot to mention about my pregnant self taking vitamins is I love that X Factor that Elizabeth just mentioned, and it is a great prenatal vitamin. I love that it's methylated and it has folic acid in it, not that folate, synthetic folate stuff. So it is really good, and it helps you to absorb all of the vitamins that you're getting from the Slim and the ProBio and the BioCleanse and the X Factor and all of it together. It helps you to absorb, because if you're not absorbing what you're putting into your body, then it's literally just wasted and going right out into the toilet. So you definitely want to make sure that you are absorbing, okay? The BioCleanse too, if anybody is new on here, I want to just mention this really fast, is that this is so, so, so important for your body. This is healing your body at a cellular level, all of it is, but the BioCleanse in particular focuses on oxygenating your blood and making your body more alkaline. And when your body is more alkaline, then diseases and things cannot live in an alkaline body. It prefers an acidic body. I will tell you that I have not been sick in 6 years, okay? This is a mom of 7. We do not just sit in the house and live in a protective bubble. Like, we go places, we do things, and I have not been sick in 6 years. Now, I'm not talking about maybe a little sniffle here and there, whatever. That sometimes can come, change of temperatures, things like that, whatever. But I have not been sick, like down and out with the flu and all of this, in 6 years, you guys. So that is a big deal, and that is a big testimony to these products. Okay, so on that note, you want to be a product of the product. You want to stay consistent. You want to be a good example to your kids or your husband or your wife or your team, whoever. Okay, so make sure you're taking the products. This is not a one size fits all. Make sure that you are in communication with your sponsor. You know, when you join Plexus, we do not want to just be like, hey, out recruiting all of these people and then just letting them go and do their own thing. Like, it is our job to love our people and to care about our people and to talk to our people and to make sure of how they're doing and following up with them. How are you doing on your new system? Are you drinking all of your water? I'm going to talk about water in just a second as well, because that is a super, super important thing that we need to talk about here. But when you care about your people, they see that. And so they know that they are getting that support. And so this is not just sign them up and leave them. Like, this is support all the way through, and they're joining a community of people. Okay. So there's that. Communication is key. You must communicate with your person, with your sponsor, whoever signed you up. Like, get in communication with them. Do not feel like you can't talk to them about any kind of pooping issues. If you're peeing a lot, this is normal. You want to be peeing a lot because that's how your body is getting rid of toxins. The way we get rid of toxins is by sweating, peeing, pooping. These are normal things to talk about. It is not embarrassing. It is okay. And we care about you guys, and we want to help you. We're here to help. Okay. So down to the water. Okay, drinking half your weight in water is half of your body weight in ounces of water is super, super, super important. I cannot stress this to you enough. Okay, if you can add lemon to it, it's even better. It's detoxifying. It is, there's like just so many things. I can't even tell you all of them right now because it's already 10 o'clock. But adding lemon to your water, especially in the morning, is so, so good for you, okay? So drinking all of your water is really important for your cellular function. It gets rid of toxins and it gets rid of weight gain. So if you are trying to get rid of excess glucose in your body, this is why we have our pink drink, because this helps too with our glucose metabolism, right? So if we're trying to get rid of excess glucose in our system, it needs to connect to a water molecule. And so this is why we are wanting to pee all of that out. That is because it's getting rid of toxins and fat. So if we are not drinking our water, then guess what is happening? We are having fat storage. So, you know, these people that are working all day and they can't take a potty break or whatever the case may be, like take your potty breaks, drink your water, take your potty breaks. It is so, so important. You want to be drinking and peeing and drinking and peeing and drinking and peeing. And somebody said to me when they first started, they said, oh my gosh, I'm peeing so much. I feel like I'm going to need a flotation device. And so I'm like, yep, that's about right. You know, so you definitely just, it's good. It's really, really, the reason why we wanted to go over our routine and all of the things that we take is because stories are important. And so we can send a graphic over and say, hey, take your Slim here and do this, that, there. But when you can hear it from actual people of what we are doing on a daily basis, how we've done it before, what we do now, whatever, that is just so much more helpful, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? So if you want to see results, to push past some of maybe the discomfort that Elizabeth was talking about, if your body's not used to all of the good fiber and things in the Hunger Control Slim and the lean, like push through that anyways. Your belly may feel a little bit rumbly, whatever. You may have a little bit of gas, you may have a little bit of bloating. That is normal because your body is getting rid of those toxins, and it is working at cleaning up your house, your gut garden. You have to get the weeds out of the garden before you have the nice flourishing flowers or whatever it is that you're trying to grow. So just kind of push through that. There are things that you can do to ease through that. You can take Epsom salt baths and definitely, like I said, again, connect with your sponsor on things. And maybe we need to tweak products, whatever, but just make sure that you don't quit, because the only way to fail at any of this is by quitting. So you don't quit, you keep going, you push through, just like you push through at the gym. And just like the farmer continues to water his soil and the sun keeps shining on, and then he finally gets his harvest. Okay, so you just keep pushing through and you just don't quit, and you stay in communication with us and you stay consistent. So I think we did pretty good. It's 10:05.
We did really good. Yeah.
You talk fast.
It's just so important. Like, I can't stress that enough, you know, like I deal with people every day at work that have just gone through an injury or had a stroke or had a surgery or something like that. And they aren't like, okay, well, I broke my leg and I'm just going to jump up and go run around and do the stairs and go home. You know, first we start with getting up to the edge of the bed and hopefully to the chair and maybe taking a few steps, and then telling the nurses like, hey, they're ready to get up onto a bedside commode or whatever. You know, we're like progressing people. We don't expect like perfection right away. We expect effort. We expect consistency. We expect effort, right? And getting the products out of your cupboard and into your body, even if it has to be a slower start, that is okay. So just really keep that in mind and think about why you joined. Like, what did you expect? Did you really expect to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks? You know, like, what did you really expect? Like, make sure that our expectations are reasonable. We don't show up to a new college degree protocol, you know, the first day of college class as a freshman and go, all right, I'm ready. I know everything I need to know. Give me my bachelor's degree, right? You know, you work through it. It's just like anything. We don't have a kid and say, well, I got him to 2 and he's potty trained, so I'm done now. Like, no, like it takes time. It just takes time. So we don't expect our kids to potty train in a day. Well, mine kind of did, but that was a bad example. We don't expect our children to learn how to put their clothes on in a day. You know, it takes a little bit of time. First, they learn how to maybe put their pants on, and then we help them with their shirt. You know, it's all of this progression. And so it's really the same thing, and really managing our expectations of ourselves and asking the questions and staying plugged in is so, so, so important.
Yeah, having realistic expectations is very key as well. And, you know, on a final note too, is specifically with the Renew You Challenge, but even if you're watching this video a year from now and it's not a Renew You Challenge anymore, you know, being plugged into your team page is really important. So get in there. There's lots of good information on all the different products. There's good information on all how you need to drink your water and why you should drink your water, those things that I just shared. The Renew You Challenge specifically we have the Plexus Fit Squad. A lot of our teams, we have our own accountability group pages. And this is meant to help you guys to stay consistent and to be accountable. You will be much more successful if you have an accountability partner or 2 or 3 or 4. So definitely make sure you're plugging into your team pages and to the Plexus Fit Squad and all of those good things, because it's going to just do nothing but help you. And we are here to support you. So, you know, there may be lots of information that you're seeing. It's okay. It's a resource. It's a tool. Use what you want. Don't look at the stuff that you don't want, whatever it is. Like, you know, if you're in 2 different pages, you know, you don't have to look at every single thing on every single page, but you know that these are here for you as a tool to utilize for when you need it. The search bar is a great thing. So just be involved in your pages and make sure that you are talking to your sponsor, and know that we are here to help you and that we love you and care about you. And we don't just want to have you join just so that, you know, you can tell us, you know, in a couple of weeks, oh, these products didn't work. Like, that breaks our heart when we hear those kinds of things. Like, I want my friends and my family to know what I know and have what I have and feel what I feel. And this is why it is so important to us. And this is why we do what we do and why we've been doing it for so long. So, and why we'll continue to do it. So anyways, anything else, Elizabeth? Other than that, I'm done.
I think we're good. I think we covered a lot.
We did.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Have a good night, you guys. Bye. Happy New Year.